everyone, welcome to our Thursday's Christian Ed lesson. I am coming to you from our Christian Ed building at Northwestern. Today I decided we would draw our story. We've done this in class before, and I thought it might be fun to do that today, something a little different. So if you would like to draw along with me, remember I just doodle, I don't really draw. I'm not an artist at all, I'm not claiming to be. But if you would like to draw along or doodle along or do something far more extravagant than I could ever do, then please grab a piece of paper and some colored pencils or some markers or a pencil, whatever you have handy, and you can draw along with me. So we're gonna just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna draw and then I'm gonna step out of the way and talk, and I'll kind of talk and draw. So hopefully I will get out of the way for you to be able to see the picture once I've drawn it. Okay, we're gonna be drawing the pictures with a series of U's and L's and C's and S's, things like that. So I will try to kind of explain as we go, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Well, one day Jesus was at a dinner with a lot of people who were very proud of the way that they followed God. And they didn't think it was right for Jesus to love the people who didn't obey God as well as they did. And so Jesus decided after dinner that he was going to tell them a story so that they could better understand what God's love is really like. So the story goes something like this. There was a man, you're going to make a U, and he has two boys, two more U's. And we are going to make the hair by making some more U's up here. I'm going to make some spikes on this guy. This guy will make his hair kind of go like that. We are going to make a couple of U's for eyebrows. A couple, he's going to have kind of a U like that. We're going to make dots for eyes. Going to make a little C for a nose. We're going to make a big smile. And we are going to put some little ears on them with little C's, forward and backward C's, okay? So here is the man and his two children. Now the man loved his boys very, very much. And he had a farm. And his youngest son decided that he wanted his portion of the inheritance now. The father had decided that he would divide up the farm someday and that each one would have a portion of that. But the son wanted to leave. He wanted to go and he wanted to do what he wanted to do, whether it was a good idea or not, whether what he was going to do was good or not. He didn't care. He just wanted his money now and he wanted to go. And so the father agreed. He agreed to let his son go. And so his father gave his son a bag of money. He gave him his portion. We're going to make kind of a big bag of money. He gave him his portion of his inheritance. We'll make some C's on here to make it look like it's bulging, okay? So he got his bag of money and he went to a faraway land and he spent it on very foolish, very unwise things. He spent his money on big parties that he would pay for, and he had lots and lots of friends because he had lots and lots of money. Well, one day he didn't have any more money. His big sack of money was now very thin. It didn't have any money in it anymore. And he was in big, big trouble. Because you see, there was a famine in the land. There was no food to be had. He had no money anyway. And he didn't have any place to live. And all of those people who he thought were his friends, they weren't coming around anymore because he no longer had money to spend on them. And this made him really sad. So he had to find a job, and he finally found a job. And he found the job on a farm working with pigs. Yep, he got to work with pigs. This is a terrible pig, but you get the idea. He had to work with the pigs, feeding the pigs, and it got so bad that he finally started thinking, you know what? I wouldn't mind eating what the pigs are eating. That's how hungry he was. And then he started thinking, hey, wait a second. At my dad's house, there is plenty of food that the servants get to eat. I should go home and tell my father that I am not worthy to be his son because of how I treated him, but I could be his servant, and then I would have food to eat. Well, while he was out doing all of this, his father was missing him. I'm sure his father was missing him very, very badly. And his father would look from time to time far off to see if he could ever see his son coming. And one day, far in the distance, he saw his son. His son was coming home. And his father, instead of getting angry and thinking, oh, here comes that no good boy of mine. How dare he come home? Who does he think he is? He didn't do that. Instead, he ran down the road and he embraced his son. He hugged him. He kissed him. He was so happy to see his son. And his son said, Father, I have sinned against you and I have sinned against God, and I am no longer worthy to be your son. Please let me be one of your hired servants. The father said, ho, ho, ho. Servants, go get my son a robe. Go get my son some sandals. Give him one of the rings for him to wear of his own. This is a family ring. This is a big deal. Give him one of the rings. Go kill a calf. Let's have a feast. Let's have a party and let's celebrate. My son was lost. He was gone and now he's home. Let's celebrate. So exciting. Such a different response than you would think. But the brother, he was a little upset with his dad. He didn't feel like there should be a party for his brother. He didn't feel like they should celebrate. His brother had done something wrong. His brother had left. His brother had blown the money. His brother had sinned, and he shouldn't be accepted back. His brother was acting just like those people at the dinner party who thought that they were better than him. But you see, the father acts like God acts. We're going to go ahead and make a dad. We're going to make an L and an L. We're going to make another upside down L here and upside down L here. A line across, a couple of little feet down here, little hands. Ooh, that's a terrible hand. A V, and we're going to make a U. We'll make his hair again. This is our dad again. We're going to make his eyebrows. We're going to make his nose. His arms are open wide. You see, that is what God is like. He loves us so much that he is always willing to take us back. God is always willing to accept us even when we do not deserve it. When we have been naughty, we've been nasty, we're filthy, we're yucky. He wants to hug us. He wants to kiss us. He wants to welcome us back. Please, guys, remember that there's nothing that you will ever do that will make God not want to welcome you back. Never be afraid to come back to God, to tell him that you're sorry. Tell him that you've sinned against him and you just want to come home, because God will welcome you with open arms. Well, today I do not have the crystals here from the salt experiment. Honestly, it's not going super great. They're not growing really well. I don't know how long it's going to take. We'll just kind of keep an eye on it. But they look pretty much the same as they did yesterday. And I know you really couldn't see them that well yesterday anyway. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I hope you can see the pictures okay and that you were able to draw them all right. And I hope you guys have a really awesome day. We will see you tomorrow. Take care.